Now we are here today to judge the case of the Crown and Goldilocks. Obviously guilty. Now, being a woman, I won't tolerate this sort of behaviour in court. I am here to judge. The clerk of the court sorts out the prosecution and the defence, and the jury decides on the guilty or not guilty verdict after, and only after, I have advised them. Now, I have a bit of a headache after last night's dinner at the Masonic Hall, so any big outbursts of noise, like we have already had, I will clear the court. The clerk of the court will pass me another 2 disciplines, a glass and the water jug. We can begin.
The court will decide on the case of the Crown, represented by Mr. Savage Grinding, against Ms. Goldilocks, represented by Mr. Botchford Fiddling.
Wait. Now, disregarding the fact that Ms. Goldilocks has never been a Mason or even a Soroptimist, we must seriously listen to her version of events, as unlikely as they may appear, and come to the correct conclusion.
Right, call Mr. See-me Right Smith. Take Mr. Ronald Roald Dahl's latest book in your right hand, available in all good bookshops at 21 guineas, and say after me, I blaspheme by all that's medieval, that the evidence I shall sell will be lies, holy lies, and nothing like the truth, so help me Beelzebub.
Now, Mr. See-me Right, tell me how Goldilocks went into the cottage to commit the crime.
Objection. Prosecution prejudging the case.
I am the only one here who can say whether she is guilty or not guilty, so wait for me. Shut up! Shut up!
My client, Miss Goldilocks, only entered the cottage to ask for a glass of water.
Water? Water? But she ate the porridge belonging to the bears and took liberties with their beds.
All stand for the judge. I summon Daddy Bear to the witness box. I will address you as Father Bear, as this is an occasion of solemnity.
I solemnly question you concerning your actions on the morning of the offence. First, do you not consider that your inane shouting at the table was a poor example to the family?
Under oath, I assure you that you would shout if you had a mouthful of that hot porridge. Only a fool would swallow that.
Secondly, also on the above matter of manners, do you think it is acceptable to leave the table to go for a walk at meal times? Was it not irresponsible to leave your house unguarded?
Well, it was the only sensible course. Bears, you must understand, suffer a lot from hot flushes, with all that fur. So hot porridge could give us a raging fever. Also, I feel I needed to walk in the woods, as the cottage outside toilet is inhabited by bats, and they can give you a bad fright at the wrong moment.
The accused will now be cross-examined by Mr. Botchford Fiddling.
Milady, as my client, I feel that it is very human, in this case at first sight, a response to the moment of intensely hot victuals. As a responsible father, he was also duty-bound to warn his wife and child of the danger. Furthermore, it was a pragmatic move to take a walk in the cool, rather than indulge in hysteria about the overheated breakfast. As a resident of the countryside, he would be in the habit of trusting his neighbours, so leaving an open door could be viewed as a gesture of generosity to any who might need shelter at that moment.
Father Bear, I deplore your carelessness in this matter. Moving on, Mr. Savage, will you call your second witness? Prudence Sloppy Chops, please take the stand.
Are you comfortably seated, Mummy Bear? May I call you Mummy Bear?
Certainly. I feel more comfortable with that name. You see, I'm a mummy and I'm very furry, so I'm a mummy bear.
Yes, I think we've got that clear. Can we move on, Mr. Savage? I have a luncheon date.
Are you a good cook, Mummy Bear?
Exceptional. My porridge oats, served with sultanas, almonds, sunflower seeds and honey. The best. Simply the best.
Mr. Savage, can you keep your witness to the point? I have a luncheon date.
Are you an efficient housekeeper?
What? Golden cherubs in every crook and cranny. Chippendales with the pink satin cushions. Simply the best.
Mr. Savage, are these questions leading us anywhere? I have a luncheon date.
Mummy Bear, did you return from your walk to find total disaster? Chairs upturned, mud, slush and slime everywhere?
We did. I had to spray everywhere with my Celine Dion perfume. Simply the best.
Good choice of perfume.
To sum up, Mummy Bear, do you see the miscreant, the trespasser, in court?
Yes, she's there. Goldilocks is the criminal.
Mr. Botchford Fiddling, your witness. Make it brief, I've got a luncheon appointment.
Prudence Sloppy Chops. You have growled to tell the truth.
Yes, nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Why are you so sure that Goldilocks is to blame?
'Cause I saw her with my own eyes. She'd got porridge all over her face, and she was just jumping out of Baby Bear's bed when we came back, and dog dirt over my best satin sheets.
A curly-haired girl is led into the court looking exactly like Goldilocks.
Now, Mummy Bear, which one is Goldilocks?
I'm not sure. They both look alike to me.
Thank you, Prudence Sloppy Chops. That will be all. I rest my case.
Call Baby Bear.
Mr. Savage, this is your witness?
This is, milady.
And the name Baby, does this indicate the witness's age?
This is pertinent, milady.
Indeed it is, Mr. Savage. If the witness is underage, a person of responsibility should be in attendance.
That can be arranged, milady, but may I point out that this would delay proceedings, and I am aware how busy your schedule
Could
for
we
lunch.
not agree to waive this point until a person of responsibility might seem to be required?
I do not need any help. I know what I saw, and I do not tell porkies.
Porkies?
Porky pies, milady, Cockney rhyming slang. It's a form of...
I do not need you to acquaint me with popular culture, Mr. Savage. Proceed.
Your name is Baby Bear, and you are the offspring of Daddy Bear and his wife Mummy Bear.
That's her. She's the one who ate my porridge. And she broke my chair.
Indeed so.
Point of order. The witness was not asked to identify the culprit. She was questioned as to his parenting.
My age is 5 years, 3 months and 2 days.
Where were you on the morning in question?
Questions are important. The woodman told me always to ask questions.
And what question would you like to ask now, my lad?
Why, why are you and those two over there wearing birds' nests on your head?
These are called wigs.
My lord, this line of questioning appears designed to confuse and not to elicit the facts.
You discerned a line of questioning, did you, Mr. Bochford Fiddling? All I can discern is a web of fog.
I bow to your superior judgment, lady. As far as I know, fog does not manifest itself in the form of webs.
Can I go home now? I'm hungry.
You can go home, my lad, as soon as you answer learned counsel's question.
I don't remember the question.
I asked you where you were on the morning the morning when Goldilocks entered your house.
Lord, my learned friend is leading the witness.
Tell us, baby bear, what you saw on the day your porridge was eaten and your chair was broken.
With respect, milady, it is perhaps not your role to question my witness.
And you, Mr. Savage, whatever, will be held in contempt if you question my decisions.
Mr. Woodman says it's a matter of economics.
He does he?
Yes, sir. He says all property is theft, and that if people were treated equally, people wouldn't need to break into other people's houses and steal their porridge.
And break their chairs.
The woodman says it's a matter of...
Of what, my lad?
I'm not very good with big words.
Just try your best.
He says it's a matter of communist dialectic.
Gosh! Might I suggest we adjourn now, milady, in order for a person of responsibility to be found?
Indeed so, Mr. Savage Grinding.
All rise. Call Goldilocks to the stand.
Please state your name.
It's Goldilocks, long blonde hair and all that.
Can you please stand up straight and remove that chewing gum?
All right, if you insist. Ah, do you want some?
No, thank you. It gives me wind. You are charged that on the day of the 10th of July 1999 you broke into the home of Claude Hidebound, known as Daddy Bear, his wife Prudence Sloppy Chops, known as Mummy Bear, and Mona Lottie, also known as Baby Bear. How do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, of course, you fool.
It's my lady, please.
Sorry, my lady, please.
Be careful or I'll have you up for contempt. Over to you, Mr. Savage, your witness.
Miss Goldilocks, I have sworn statements from the defendants which make it plain that you did in fact commit these awful crimes. And we also have a witness, Mr. Woodman.
He's an idiot.
Forensic evidence would also suggest that your fingerprints are all over the place.
I got lost, that's all. I didn't touch nothing.
We have evidence to suggest that you ate all the porridge, broke a chair when you sat on it with your fat backside, and that you made a mess on all 3 beds with your dirty feet.
No, I never. It's all her. It was like that when I got there.
No further questions, milady.
Order! Order! Be upstanding for Her Honour the Judge.
The defendant will now be cross-examined. Goldilocks, are you quite comfortable, my dear? Bochford Fiddling, get on with it then.
As you have heard, Miss Locks, several witnesses have come forward with quite serious accusations. I am sure you have a very simple explanation that will totally clear your name. Firstly, it seems to be alleged that you broke into the cottage. Please tell the nice people in the jury what you found when you arrived.
Well, I was going to skip right past, but the door was open, so I peeked in and I saw the table with a red and white cloth and 3 bowls of porridge and no one eating it. So I...
Go on.
So I just had a teeny weeny spoonful of the very big bowl. But it was so hot. So I tried out the middle-sized bowl, a spoonful.
But you didn't eat it, did you?
Oh no, it was all cold and loopy.
Silence! Let the witness continue.
So you didn't eat very much, did you?
Oh no, but then I dipped my finger in this little bowl. It was delicious. So I sat down on the little chair and ate it. All very yummy.
Please continue, my dear.
Well, then this stupid chair just broke into lots of little pieces and I fell onto the floor. I even got porridge on my dress.
Now, Miss Knox, please tell the jury what you did next.
Well, I was ever so sleepy, so I went into the bedrooms and do you know, there were 3 beds.
So?
Well, I tried them all out, like I said before. Oh, and that little bed was so comfy, I fell asleep.
Well, don't knock off now.
Milady, it's your turn now. Milady, please. As we now have your assessment of the case.
Who said that? Who dares to interrupt my constitutional beauty sleep?
Milady, we need you to summarise the case.
3 strikes and you're out. Off with her head.
No, milady. It's breaking and entering, and 2 counts of malicious damage to the bear's necessities.
I know. I was just testing that you had followed the case and not fallen asleep on the job. On the first count of breaking and entering, we have the clear evidence of Nosy Gotcha, a man of solid standing, and a very nice pattern, if I may say so. I find Goldilocks' suggestion that she thought it was a brand of Premier Inn unconvincing. It was also telling that she referred to the dish as ready breck. On the second count of theft of porridge, I find the defence case glutinous, just because Goldilocks claims to heart Marmite and refers to her many posts on Twitter. To the end does not, I repeat, does not mean she cannot also like porridge. At this stage I would like to refer to the evidence of Mummy Bear, who gave us a tour de force on how to remove porridge stains from bearskin carpets. On the third indictment of criminal damage, I myself am an ardent fan of Antiques Roadshow. A very similar chair came up last week and Fiona Bruce said it could be worth many guineas. The defence case that Goldilocks tripped over the chair and might seek compensation for health and safety offences was enough to send me to sleep. The fourth charge is in many ways, members of the jury, the most serious, as it demonstrates beyond doubt that Goldilocks was not brought up proper. So, members of the jury, although she is clearly guilty, and I will sentence her to death, I would ask you to consider the evidence very carefully and not to be influenced by anything I have said, or that you have Googled or picked up on your phone's Twitter feed. Finally, in my experience, anybody called Goldilocks has never been innocent. Well, I'd like to give you my verdict.
Just a minute. I've not had my say, and I'm here to give our verdict.
Oh, we don't need to fuss with that. We all know she's guilty.
You might think so. In fact, you would think so. The fact that she's wearing a skirt and her long blonde hair would be enough to condemn her in your eyes.
And what are you trying to say?
You know what I'm saying. You're a reconstructed misogynist.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are.
I don't even know what you're calling me.
All right. You're an old fogey.
Now we're talking. Everybody all together? Oh, no, she's not. Enough of this nonsense. Let's hear your verdict, and then I'll pass sentence.
The jury were unanimous in reaching a verdict of not guilty.
That's not what I want to hear. Try again.
Not guilty.
Oh, yes, she is.
Oh, no, she's not.
Oh, no, she's not.
I shall decide the court and ask for a retrial until I get the right verdict.
Okay, but Goldilocks rules, okay?
Goldilocks
rules,
okay.